All right, my once a week target run. What do I need?
Is that Miss Brain? Can you please put that phone away?
I thought we weren't on school rules. I'm social distancing.
It doesn't matter.
Jenny, I'm trying to be responsible.
No, put that phone
you
away.
have no off switch. I'm putting it away now. You're not gonna bag and tag, right?
Yeah. Just put it away.
Hey guys, so this year is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, which is happening on Wednesday, April 22nd. So on behalf of Minnesota Climate Strike, I'm going to share a few things that you can do to help protect our Earth. The first thing you can do is do some socially distanced garbage cleanup. With so many people outside, there's also lots more garbage, so if you can go out with some gloves, maybe a stick and a garbage bag, that would be fantastic. The next thing you can do is research climate issues that matter to you. Make sure you know what you're talking about, and then send a letter to your representatives telling them why it's important to you that they protect the environment. You can get in touch with Minnesota Climate Strike or Washburn Climate Strike. My name is Rory, my co-lead is Nora, and you can contact us at WB Climate Strike on Instagram or follow at MN Climate Strike to get more information on how to protect the Earth this year.
We're out here picking up trash. Gloves, mask. Trash grabber here. Such a beautiful day. Right, Mom?
Yes, it is a beautiful day.
Signs are in, and we want everyone to have one in their yards by the end of this week. Please have your parents fill out the form that comes in an email to them, or the link can also be found on the senior Facebook page.
Speak directly to the class of 2020. Those of us who are older, think back fondly to those. This is in that school career. These are those times. These are the times when you forge friendships with people you maybe hadn't for 11 years. I think many of us would say how interesting that is, the folks in the last 3 or 4 months of your school career that you started to bond with and see. You started to think about what the next phase of your life was like. You started to see yourself, and it's a rite of passage that you were adults. You were young adults, and you were being treated that way, and your future laid out in front of you. It feels like that's been taken, and it has from you. None of us ever had to go through that. We had the privilege and the luxury of being able to do all of those fun things, end our sports careers on spring sports. But here's what I do know. This period in time, you will be forever the class of 2020. You will not be defined by staying home and missing proms and missing graduations. You will be defined by understanding how interconnected our world is and what it means to come together to try and solve hard problems. I would venture to say that the closeness of the classes of 2020 will be much closer than any other that came before. This ties you together in a way that has not been ever seen. And I just want you to know that these decisions being made, they break our heart. To the teachers out there, thank you for everything you're doing. I know what you're losing. I think about those of us who do this job, those moments of epiphany that happen in a classroom, the class discussions on a lesson that go down a road that sparks everyone's imagination, including the teacher, and you leave with a sense of wonder of what could be possible. Those are all being denied. You're learning new ways to deliver distant learning. And I also want to be very clear. This is not the perfect solution. I am proud of Commissioner Ricker and her team. I am proud of Minnesota's students, teachers, and parents. That some have just sent people home and gave them a list of homework or whatever. That's not happening, but I want to be very cognizant. I think someone at the department said this: there are places where we say wow on this plan, and then there's places we say whoa. And I want to be very clear. We were having a very important discussion pre-COVID in Minnesota about inequities in our education system. A very important discussion. That has only been highlighted because of this. It is certainly falling heavily on communities of color, indigenous communities. It's falling heavily on rural communities because of the lack of broadband. So tomorrow we are going to do a much more extensive deep dive into what our expectations are. But today's executive order will continue distance learning to the end of the school year with modifications and I think attempts to try and offset what are clearly inequities that are being exacerbated by this. So we'll keep looking on that and keep bringing you back. But again, to the students, thank you for doing this. I can't express, I'm sure, the sense of loss you've had, but I would ask you to see your unique role. You're going to have a life experience that none of us had. It is going to shape how you think about the things you do in the future, and I, for one, am very hopeful about that. I think you're going to think with a forward lens to make sure that we don't end up in situations like this again.
The Social Studies Department would like to take this opportunity to challenge the rest of the departments in school to give us your best video. We would also like to let you know that no toilet paper was wasted in the production of this video. All toilet paper was kept and reused, well, used for the first time, and Romo is doing his best to secure whatever toilet paper he was able to roll up at the end.